It's late. The lights are low, the world has gone quiet, and the day has finally stopped asking things from you. And yet, your mind starts talking, not in loud, dramatic ways, more like a soft but endless stream, a replay of conversations, a list of tomorrow's tasks, a question you can't answer, a memory that suddenly feels sharp again, a worry that feels bigger in the dark than it ever did in daylight. If you're listening to this at night, I want you to know something simple and steady. There is nothing wrong with you. Your mind is not broken. You are not too sensitive. You are not failing at rest. You're just human. And night has a way of making the mind feel louder. Tonight, I want to gently explain why overthinking often gets worse after the sun goes down, without making it scary, without making it complicated, just in a calm, honest way that helps you feel understood. And as we go, I want to help you feel something even more important than understanding. I want you to feel safe inside your own mind again, because the goal is not to win against your thoughts. The goal is to stop being afraid of them, to stop wrestling, to stop treating bedtime like a battlefield, and to slowly return your mind to what it naturally knows how to do when it feels safe enough, to let go, to drift, to rest. Night is quieter, but your mind is not. During the day, your mind has a job. It tracks time, it answers messages, it moves you from one moment to the next, it stays busy with the world. Even when you feel stressed in the day gives you structure, noise, movement, people, light, tasks. The world keeps you going. But at night, all of that steps back. And when the world gets quiet, your mind finally has space. That space can feel peaceful for some people, but for many people, that space feels like a spotlight. Because in that quiet, the mind starts noticing everything it didn't have time to feel, everything it didn't have time to process, everything it postponed. It's like walking into a room that looked fine in daylight, and then realizing at night, with the light pointed in one direction, you can see every little detail. Not because the room changed, because the focus changed. Night doesn't always create new worries. Night often reveals the worries that were already there. They just didn't have a stage. Now they do. And your mind, being the mind, steps onto it. Overthinking is often the mind's way of trying to protect you. Here's a comforting truth that many people don't hear often enough. Overthinking is not always a sign that you're weak. Very often, overthinking is a sign that you care. You care about doing things right. You care about not hurting people. You care about your future. You care about being safe. You care about not making mistakes. Overthinking can be the mind's way of saying, I'm trying to keep you prepared. Like a friend who won't stop reminding you of everything that could go wrong, not because they want to ruin your peace, but because they don't want you to be surprised. Your mind can be like that. It tries to plan, it tries to predict, it tries to solve, it tries to prevent pain. And at night, when you finally stop moving, your mind thinks, now we finally have time to handle everything. So it opens the files, it pulls out the unfinished thoughts, it brings up the worries you didn't answer, it plays the scenes you didn't resolve. Not to punish you, to protect you. But the problem is this. Night is not the best time to solve your life. Night is the time to soften. And when the mind tries to solve while the body is trying to rest, it feels like inner conflict. That conflict feels like overthinking. Why night makes thoughts feel bigger. A thought in the daytime can feel manageable. The same thought at night can feel heavy. Not because the thought became more true, but because the mind and body are in a different setting. At night, you don't have the same distractions. You don't have quick conversations. You don't have sunlight and movement to break the cycle. You don't have a sense of, I can just deal with this later in the same way. And most importantly, at night, the mind loses perspective because the mind is tired. When you're tired, everything feels more intense. A small worry feels like a big problem. A minor mistake feels like a deep failure. A normal uncertainty feels like a dangerous unknown. It's like looking at your life through a magnifying glass. The glass isn't reality, it's just the lens of fatigue. And fatigue can be a very dramatic storyteller. The mind loves unanswered questions. Overthinking often circles around one thing: uncertainty, an unclear relationship, a decision you haven't made, a fear you can't fully explain, a future you can't fully control. The mind doesn't like open loops. It wants closure. It wants an ending. It wants a clear answer so it can relax. But many parts of life don't offer instant closure. So your mind keeps returning to the question, hoping this time it will finally find the answer that makes you feel safe. And at night, when there's nothing else to do, the mind returns again and again, like knocking on a door that won't open. What did they mean by that? Did I mess up? What if this goes wrong? What if I never figure it out? Sometimes the mind is not actually searching for an answer. Sometimes it's searching for reassurance. But reassurance is hard to find in the dark when the body is tired and the world is quiet. So the mind keeps searching, and the searching feels like overthinking. Nighttime overthinking often has a certain flavor. It's not always random thoughts. Nighttime overthinking has patterns. It often turns into replaying. You replay what you said. You replay what they said. You replay the moment you wish you could redo. You replay the silence you didn't understand. Or it becomes forecasting. You imagine tomorrow. You imagine a difficult conversation. You imagine the worst outcome. You imagine embarrassment. You imagine failure. Or it becomes self-evaluation. You review your life like a report card. You judge yourself. You compare. You wonder if you're behind. You wonder if you're enough. And in the dark, those evaluations can feel harsh, because night removes the soft edges of perspective. It makes everything feel final. But night is not the place for final conclusions. Night is the place for rest. The mind thinks stillness means now we work. There's another reason overthinking gets worse at night. During the day, you are in motion. At night, you become still. And for some people, stillness is unfamiliar, not because you don't want it, but because you've been surviving through movement for so long. When you finally stop, your mind doesn't interpret it as peace. It interprets it as an opportunity. Finally, it says, we can think. And it begins. If your day is full of responsibilities, noise, performance, or emotional pressure, then night feels like the first time you belong to yourself again. And the mind uses that time to bring up everything you pushed aside. That's why some people don't overthink much in the daytime, but the moment they lie down, the mind starts unloading. It's not random, it's release. It's the emotional backlog of your day. The subconscious speaks in quiet moments. People often say, why do these thoughts come at night? The answer is often, because that's when you can finally hear them. During the day, you can outrun yourself. At night, you meet yourself. And the parts of you that didn't get listened to, they whisper. Not always with clear words, sometimes with feelings, sometimes with memories, sometimes with a tight chest, sometimes with a sudden sadness, sometimes with a question you didn't know you were carrying. Night is not creating a monster. Night is revealing what needed care. And here's the beautiful part. When you understand this, you can stop feeling attacked by your mind, because you realize your mind isn't trying to harm you, it's trying to be heard. But hearing your mind doesn't mean obeying every thought. Now, this is important. Just because your mind speaks at night does not mean it is telling the truth. A thought is not a prophecy. A thought is not a verdict. A thought is not always wisdom. Sometimes a thought is just a tired brain reaching for control. Sometimes a thought is just fear trying to sound like logic. Sometimes a thought is simply a habit. You can hear a thought without following it. You can notice it without feeding it. You can let it pass through without turning it into a full story. This is mental strength in a quiet form. Not forcing, not fighting, just gently not gripping the thought. Like watching clouds move across the sky. The clouds don't need you to push them, they move on their own. And thoughts can be like that too, when you stop holding them tightly. A comforting everyday example. Imagine you're holding a cup of tea. If you hold it loosely, it's warm and comforting. If you grip it too hard, you spill it, you burn yourself, you make a mess. Overthinking is often the tight grip. You hold a thought too hard because you think holding it will prevent pain. But the tight grip creates pain. So the invitation at night is not to throw the cup, not to force yourself to stop thinking, but to loosen your grip, to let the thought be there without squeezing it, to let it exist without turning it into a crisis. Why the mind chooses night for tough questions. Sometimes the mind asks big questions at night. What am I doing with my life? Why do I feel behind? Why don't I feel loved the way I want? Am I wasting time? These questions can feel heavy, but they're not bad. They are often signs that you are awake inside, that you care about meaning, that you want your life to feel honest. But night is not the best time to answer those questions. Night is not for decisions. Night is for compassion. You can tell your mind gently, I hear you. We can talk tomorrow. And you don't need to say it like you're scolding yourself. Say it like you're comforting a child who is worried at bedtime. Not now. You're safe. We can handle it later. The goal is not to shut down the mind. The goal is to reassure it, to remind it that you are here, that you can carry things, that you don't have to solve everything to be safe. Confidence grows when you trust yourself to handle tomorrow. A lot of overthinking is actually a lack of trust, not trust in the world, trust in yourself. Your mind keeps thinking because it's afraid you won't be able to handle what comes, so it tries to handle it now, at night, in bed, in the dark. But real confidence sounds different. Real confidence says, even if tomorrow is hard, I can face it. Real confidence says, I don't need to solve this right now to be okay. Real confidence says, I can rest and still be responsible. And you can build that confidence gently, night by night, by practicing one simple inner message. I can handle my life. I don't need to handle it at midnight. This isn't denial. This is emotional maturity. This is your mind learning to trust your strength. Because you are stronger than your worst-case thoughts, and you are calmer than your racing mind suggests. You are here, and that matters. The quiet power of letting the night be what it is. Some nights will still have thoughts. Even with the calmest mindset, thoughts can appear. That's normal. The goal isn't a perfectly silent mind. The goal is a softer relationship with your mind. A relationship where thoughts can come and go without turning into panic. Where you can say, there's my mind again, and feel a little smile of understanding. Where you stop treating thoughts like emergencies. Where you stop treating the dark like danger. Because the night is not your enemy. Night is simply a space, a gentle pause, a place where your nervous system can recover, a place where your mind can unwind. And if your mind is loud, it doesn't mean you're doing something wrong. It means you are carrying a lot, and you deserve kindness for that. A gentle shift from what if to even if. Overthinking loves what if. What if it goes wrong? What if I fail? What if they lose me? What if I never figure it out? What if is a doorway into endless spirals. But there is another doorway. Even if. Even if tomorrow is uncomfortable, I can handle discomfort. Even if I don't sleep perfectly, I can still get through the day. Even if I made a mistake, I can learn and repair. Even if life is uncertain, I can take one step at a time. Even if builds inner stability. It doesn't promise perfection, it promises strength. And that is what calms the mind. Because the mind overthinks most when it feels powerless. And even if gives power back to you. Not loud power, quiet power, steady power, the kind that helps you rest. Let your mind be a little tired. Another gentle truth. At night, your mind is tired, and a tired mind is not a reliable narrator. So you don't have to treat nighttime thoughts as urgent. You don't have to make decisions at night. You don't have to solve your relationships at night. You don't have to judge your entire life at night. You can let your mind be tired. You can let it be imperfect. You can let it wander, and you can return to one simple anchor. I am here. I am safe enough to rest. Overthinking is not your identity. If you have struggled with overthinking for a long time, it can start to feel like who you are, like it's your personality, like it's permanent. But it isn't. Overthinking is a pattern, a learned response, a protective habit. And habits can change. Not instantly, not by force, but by repetition, by kindness, by patience, by slowly teaching your mind that it does not have to work so hard to keep you safe. You are not your thoughts. You are the one who notices them. And that means there is always space between you and your mind. Always, even if it feels small. That space is where calm begins. That space is where strength lives. That space is where peace returns. A peaceful closing message for tonight. So tonight, if your mind is busy, let it be busy without making it a problem. If your thoughts are loud, let them be loud without turning them into a threat. If your heart feels a little heavy, let it be heavy without judging it. You don't have to fix everything right now. You don't have to figure out your whole life tonight. You don't have to win an argument with your mind. You can simply be here, breathing, present, softening your grip one small inch at a time. And if you need a sentence to hold on to as you drift toward sleep, let it be this. I can face my life when the sun comes up. Right now, I'm allowed to rest. You are allowed to rest. You are allowed to pause. You are allowed to stop thinking for a while. And even if thoughts come, you can let them pass like distant waves, because deep down, beneath all the noise, your mind knows how to settle, and your heart knows how to heal, not through pressure, through gentleness. So take this night slowly. Let the darkness be soft, not scary. Let the quiet be a friend. And let sleep, whenever it comes, be a simple reminder. You don't have to carry everything all the time. Good night.